Hey, what's up guys? John here. YouTube creators are freaking out over Google's new tax. This is up to 24% and it's all happening in the coming couple days. June 1st, this starts. However, it's not as bad as it seems. What does this mean, this 24% tax? Well, with YouTube, you get paid out every month on the 21st of each month. And they want to take that 24% from the top. So what that means is, let's say that you work for my company and I'm Google or YouTube and I owe you $100. Rather than paying you $100 and then at the end you handle the tax bill that you have with Uncle Sam, I take $24 of that $100 and pay you $76. The real problem there is that that money could have otherwise been given to you and reinvested into your business, and you could have received a great return on that capital. But otherwise now, YouTube is essentially taking that money, you're receiving 0% on that money throughout the entire period, and then that money is handed over to Uncle Sam, and then your expenses, you have to kind of, handle that throughout your, with your accountant. But it's not as bad as it seems because it's not going to impact all content creators. Now in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what is to come for all content creators for YouTube. I love YouTube. I think YouTube is a great platform to make money and grow and scale a business, especially today as it costs more and more to advertise your business. You can come on YouTube, you can get in front of customers, you can get in front of people, build out an audience at no cost. Well, you actually get paid for it, and then you can kind of segue it over to your company or your website or whatever it may be. So with that being said, please smash the like button. Let's begin. YouTube will begin withholding U.S. income tax from revenue earned by international creators. But right now, with the closures that are happening throughout the world, people are saying, hey, I can live in the Virgin Islands. I could live in this country or that country. I could go to Costa Rica. I could live anywhere, have a better quality of life, pay less money each month for my rent, for my food, and I can go there and make more money. But now that's going to change in a big way, especially for the people that are fully dependent on YouTube ad revenue for survival. In the coming months, YouTube will begin deducting U.S. state federal income tax from all creators' revenue generated by U.S.-based views. New changes to Chapter 3 of the U.S. Internal Revenue Code, the chapter that governs withholding of tax on non-resident aliens and foreign entities, require that YouTube preemptively withhold taxes from any creator in the YouTube Partner Program who earns money via U.S. residents, the platform says. Now, when we look at what, for example, my audience on YouTube, I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to show you guys. So my audience on YouTube is, let's see here. Better yet, it's right here. Audience. My audience is 80% American. 80%. So if I were to move outside of America, and let's say that I went to one of these other countries, 80% of that money would be taxed at 24%. That's a huge, huge sum. Meanwhile, this means that any US-based AdSense, YouTube Premium, Super Chat, Super Stickers, or channel memberships will be taxed at US rates. How much will creators be taxed? That depends on the individual circumstances. YouTube is asking that creators send in their tax information by May 31st, 2021 so it can determine how much tax to withhold. I just did this just a few days ago. If creators don't send in their tax info by that date, YouTube will deduct 24% of worldwide, not just US-based earnings, worldwide. This is for two reasons. First, 24% of income is the standard amount of federal tax that is self-employed people, which YouTubers are, according to the IRS, must pay. And second, if YouTube doesn't have a creator's tax information, it doesn't know where they file taxes, so it's possible they'd file in the US and thus would need to pay 24% on all earnings, not just US revenue. Creators who live in countries that do not have tax treaties with the US will also have their US-based revenue taxed at 24%. Creators' deductions will depend on their home country's tax treaties. However, some creators will not have to pay nearly this much. Creators who submit their tax info and live in countries with US tax treaties could be taxed at lower rates. The example YouTube gives is a creator in India who made $100 worth of YouTube revenue because India has a tax treaty with the US, YouTube would only withhold $15 of revenue from that creator's check. You can see a list of countries with US tax treaties here. US says creators within the US are not affected and should not see any changes to their income. So this is great. So the US creators, people that live in America that are making money on YouTube, they'll have no problems. So that is a really good thing. YouTube says creators within the US are not affected. For creators outside of the US, we will soon be updating our terms of service where your earnings from YouTube will be considered royalties from the US tax perspective, the platform wrote in a YouTube community forum post. Per YouTube, creators will receive emails about upcoming withholdings as of May 31st deadline to submit tax info approaches. For more information about how YouTube, okay, so this is a real big change though. Regardless, this is going to be a really big change. I think maybe people are overthinking this, but this is still going to impact people that make a lot of money on YouTube that have decided to move outside of America to live at a lower level. Now they're going to be imposed with a 24% tax. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a really good thing? This, for me, this is a horrible thing for all creators, because I think that we need a secondary source of information, and I think YouTube does provide a great level and a great service, but for them to tax people before the money is actually due per the IRS, which is April 15th, then I feel like that's kind of just taking from people. What happened to the relationship of trust between us and Big Brother? So that's my 2 cents. What are your thoughts? Drop your comments below, and also please smash that like button. Consider subscribing for more content on obviously personal finance, real estate, how to make money online, how to make money through YouTube, and also survival, making things work, especially as we step into the next 1 to 3 years where things start to get really interesting. All right, guys, see you in the next video. YouTube Success Blueprint. If you've enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into growing your YouTube channel and create passive income as a YouTuber, check out my YouTube Success Blueprint by clicking the link in the description below this video. One of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, once said, "Opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out a bucket, not a thimble." I get the feeling that many men and women today are using thimbles instead of buckets. The truth is that we're in a huge wave of opportunity. I'm not suggesting that the current situation hasn't caused any financial damage to people's lives, because it certainly has. You may be one of those who have been fired, transferred, demoted, or had his assets repossessed. When looking up my own channel statistics on Social Blade, you can see that I was able to go from a mere 11,000 subscribers to 120,000 subscribers in just 15 months. You can do this too, and I want to show you how. My YouTube Success Blueprint is a complete A to Z guide that teaches you the necessary steps in order to get your channel up and running within a few days. YouTube is an explosive avenue where you can earn thousands of dollars based simply on uploading videos and monetizing them for views. Think of a bridge with a toll on it. That is a video that's monetized on YouTube. It also serves a great channel to capture leads and potential new clients. Personally, I'm receiving roughly $30,000 per month in video views through Google Adsense just by people watching my videos on YouTube with 120,000 subscribers. This number is likely only going to grow as more and more people become accustomed to using YouTube. We have roughly 2.3 billion monthly users on YouTube, and I could see that number hit 3 billion in no time. To learn more about growing your YouTube channel and creating passive income as a YouTuber, register for my YouTube Success Blueprint by clicking the link in the description below this video.